Alright, so you've seen my channel intro video and you've seen my AuthorTube WIP Tag video, but now it's time to talk about my book. So let's get started. What's up, writers? I'm E.J. Newkirk and I'm an aspiring science fiction novelist. Today we are doing the AuthorTube WIP tag that was created by Jessi Elliot. I'll put a link to her channel down below, but unfortunately the video where she created the tag was privated, so I can't share that. This is where I'll be talking about my work in progress, WIP or WIP, my cyberpunk novel. So, are you ready? Let's whip right into it. Question number 1. What is the working title of your book? Currently, the working title is Bounty. Question number 2. Where did the idea for your book come from? So it came from a website that offered science fiction prompts. Originally, the book using the prompt was that a group of bounty hunters who go around the galaxy capturing criminals, but the leader's family is kidnapped, and so the bounty hunters have to work with the very criminals that they put away, or the types of criminals that they put away, in order to help find his family. That was the original prompt, but when I shared it with some friends, they didn't like the damsel in distress angle, and I kind of agree with that. I did a little tweaking. It was still that kind of story, but then it switched to fantasy, and then other stuff came in, and now it's an entirely different video. Or book, I should say. Question number 3. What genre is your work in progress? Like I said, it's a science fiction novel with the cyberpunk subgenre. Although some people can argue that it's not exactly cyberpunk because it's not the what you call high-tech low-life. The trope of cyberpunk is usually in grimy streets where it's constantly raining, kind of like a film noir type of deal. And the whole world that I created isn't really low-life. Question number 4. Choose the actors for your movie show rendition. So if you saw my previous video, you heard or saw how I said I was a visual person, that how I close my eyes, I see the book playing out like a movie or a show. What usually helps me is envisioning actors, or I already envision actors in my head of who is playing the role. So here we go. I'll put the pictures right here. So for my protagonist, Duncan Archer, he will be played by Michael B. Jordan. His best friend, Richard, will be played by James McAvoy. The villainess and antagonist will be played by Michelle Fairley. So those were the main characters. For the secondary characters, the hacker, who goes by the alias Decker, will be played by Robert Downey Jr. The assassin, whose name current right now is Zarina, although that may change, she will be played by Natalie Dormer. The father, who I don't have a name for him at the moment, so as of right now he's just father, but he is a priest in my novel. He will be played by Robert Nepper. And then lastly, the secondary character, Avery, will be played by Lena Headey. Don't want to say who she is or what role she plays, because that will spoil it, so I'll just leave it at her name, Avery. That's all you get. Question number 5. What is a one-sentence synopsis of your book? If you saw my previous video, I said the synopsis there, but I'll say it again here. When bounty hunter Duncan Archer is hired to find his friend Thaddeus's killer, he winds up uncovering a conspiracy that goes deeper than anyone ever realized. Question number 6. Will your book be self-published or represented by an agency? It's definitely going to be self-published. Question number 7. How long did it take you to write the first draft of your manuscript? So this one is kind of complicated. Technically, I'm still on the first draft, although it is kind of a rewrite. Well, let me explain. So like I said before, the story originally started out as a group of bounty hunters who go around the galaxy, Mass Effect style, capturing criminals and the like. But then the lead character, his wife and children are kidnapped, and he has to work with the very criminals that he put away in order to help find them. Then that switched into a still sci-fi story, but now there was a government conspiracy, and the group of bounty hunters were framed for something they didn't do. Then that switched into a fantasy where I introduced elves and dwarves and the like. And I was going for themes of like racism and, you know, how humans thought like elves and dwarves and such were below them. And when it was in its fantasy stage, I did get pretty far. I was maybe 22 chapters in before I felt that, you know, it wasn't really working. I didn't really feel it as an author. I know some other authors know, like when you're writing, sometimes, you know, it just doesn't click. And the story wasn't really feeling as much of an impact as I wanted it to. And I felt it was too on the nose with the racism. I scrapped that. I went back to the original bounty hunter, but then I switched it to just a single bounty hunter. Long story short, pretty much I kind of kept the bare bones of what I had in the fantasy because the bare bones was working, but it was really the meat that wasn't. And so I'm pretty much like rewriting that. So I kind of have at least 20 chapters like written that just need to be changed to fit. But at the same time, you know, it is a large rewrite. So I guess you can still say this is a first draft. Didn't mean to make that so long-winded. Tried to make it short, but I get wordy sometimes. Hey, Shade's back. Hello. Question number 8. What? Ooh, someone is calling. It's spam. Question number 8. What other book? Yes. Question number 8. What other books would you compare the story to? Question number 8. Cat. Question number 8. What other books would you compare the story to? I would say I would compare my story to Neuromancer by William Gibson and Altered Carbon by Richard Morgan. Yes? You want to come up here? There you go. Question number 9. Who or what inspired you to write the book? Like I said before, it was the prompt about the bounty hunters, but then having seen the video games Cyberpunk 2077 and the recent Deus Ex video games, those video games got my creative juices flowing. When I saw them, that's when I realized, okay, this is the subgenre that it should be, because I can do a lot with that and it would work for the story that I wanted to tell. Last question. Question number 10. What else about your book might pique the reader's interest? You can sit, but you can't need my leg. So I would say one big theme is I do have a bit of a philosophical angle in the book. Don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say there is a theme of transhumanism and what it means to be human, but I don't want to get into details because that can spoil the story. So there you go. Alright, so there's my AuthorTube WIP tag. Now you know a little bit more about my book. The next few videos are going to be writing vlog. I'm going to try to start at the beginning of a week on a Sunday. That way I can document for you guys a whole week of me writing. Words hard. I'm going to try to document a full week, starting from Sunday to a Saturday. And I will try to put out weekly vlogs. I do work full-time as a Lyft driver. If you're watching and you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I'll put those links down below as well. Until then, keep writing, and I'll see you in the next few videos.